there, the next stage is, how would it cool the building? So I thought about that. You can look these up. It's called chill beams. Okay, so we're going to have chilled beams in the top, and you can incorporate all your electricity. You can incorporate tannoy systems, lighting, everything goes into the chill beam. A good example of that is the Tate Modern in Liverpool. But if you Google chill beams, passive and active chill beams, I'm sure you'll be able to find what I'm talking about here. Also, this is a building in Germany. They have got glass in this building, which is almost like, you know, the glass that you get with the sunglasses that changes the reactor light. The glass that would go into this building would actually change. So if you remember how I showed you the building before, as the sun works its way around, the whole of the facade of the building would change colour as the day moved on. So that's it. And also there we're talking about a little bit, obviously, in regards to conservation of water. Okay, ensuring that we save the rainwater. Moving on from there, the next stage is a set of plans. So what we came up with, or I came up with, is I forget sometimes, I'm used to talking in wheeze. Okay, this is a ground floor plan. Then you've got down here the office, so you've got 2 floors of offices, 6 floors of students, so floor 4 to 9, and then you've got the roof terrace there, which you can see I've incorporated the yin-yang shape in there, and there is a balcony area, and also I put the furniture in there. There is a glass wall that goes all the way around, it's about 2 meters high, and then there's a lower handrail at about, say, 1 meter, which goes all the way around as well. The glass would protect, but obviously the wooden handrail is just to give people a bit more reassurance as well, because it is quite high up. You're talking about 10 stories that this building is going to be by the time it's finished. The next stage then is to produce elevations. So you got the north elevation, south, east and west. So this is how it would look. Obviously this isn't, the building doesn't exactly face north, so we've got, you know, the orientation which is slightly different based on that. But these are the elevations, so you can see. And we proposed to put in, it's a grey brick or a bluish brick with the orange colouring to the frame as well. So it just gives a bit more. The only thing which is missing off this, obviously this drawing, is the louvers. I haven't put those on. I didn't want it to clutter the drawing too much, but you've got vertical louvers that would be going down the front of this, which would be covered with PV cells, which would be generating electricity. That's the next stage. Just 3 more of these and then we're done. Right, so then what we've got here now is the perspectives. So this is before we've even started to build the building. So you can see, looking, it says view looking northwest up St James Street. You're looking at the building, you've got the edge of the building there, so you can see how it's formed. And also I've just put some trees in there. You've got another view looking from the back end of the road, and you can see as you come to this building which is on the corner, if you go to the actual place in Liverpool, there is a nice curved building there, so obviously you'd be able to see that this isn't a square block. And then down the bottom here, if you go round and into this corner here, that there, I've made the corner of the building, so you can imagine that corner there is that corner there. I've made the corner of the building glass, so you can look into the glass, look into the building, sorry, and look up the elevator as well, and look into the heart of the building as well. So it's a beautiful building. Next image I've got on here is almost like a view from above, so you can see a bit of the roof terrace there as well. Another corner is, again, I've got glass in there as well, so you can get a view into the building before you get into the building itself, so you can think, okay, what's going on there. And the residential entrance is on the corner here as well, so you've got the residential apartments, but you've got the other apartments which are there, and these are all corridors, so you wouldn't actually be looking into anyone's apartment or any of the offices. And this is a ground floor aspect, and this is taking the or paying homage to the entrances which are on the Queen's Dock. If you go on to Liverpool Queen's Dock, you'll see that they've got the arched or semi-arched doorways that are there. And one last thing, so moving on from there, I did a close-up of the top of the building, so you can see that. Also you can see I've got the yin and yang shape which is in there as well. This is the frontal aspect of the building, and also this is another shot from the top. So that's it really. I hope that this explains the process in regards to what I have used and why I've used these boards. It's, I think, a very good way of conceptualizing what you want and working with you, the client, and helping you to understand what you want and how you want things to look. And so if you're working with an architect or someone else like that who's advising you, I would ask them about this kind of thing. You know, ask them, do they work through this process? Can they do visualizations? Obviously there's going to be a cost, but I think in the long run it's something which is going to benefit you. And also I think if you look at it from a point of view where you're going to be talking to investors and trying to get investors to look at schemes, with all of these boards in place, you can sit there and have a very, very good conversation with the investors and say, look, this is the scheme, this is what we want to build, and the financial costs, you can then start to work that out as well. So you could then look at the gross development value, what the scheme would sell for. Obviously you've got 6 floors of apartments, and also you could then work out how much you're going to make from building a particular building like this. So if you've got any questions, then post them on Facebook or you know, obviously on YouTube. You can leave a question for me as well. Okay, thank you.